This is a brief tour of what we've got set up for our course here, just so that you know where things are and to help smooth your way through the semester. First off, when you open up the course, one of the items that will pop up right away will be course news. Anytime that I have information that I need to pass on to you, I might email it to you, but in addition to that, it will always show up here in the course news. So anytime that you want to find out what's going on in the course, open it up and take a look here. Most of the information that you are going to be getting for the course is going to come out of the resources. And under the resources, the two main things that you're going to be looking at are the content and the calendar. I'm going to start with the calendar real quick here. When you open up the calendar, what it will provide for you is a list of all of the information related to any course that the instructor is using their calendar, as well as general school information. So you'll notice that we've got the dates blocked off where there is no school. Our course will also show up in here, and you'll notice that I've got something posted here. So on the 14th, there is going to be the methods section practice that will be due on that day. If we scroll forward into February, you'll notice I've got another thing posted here. So we have the Exam 1 essay due there. All of these things will be explained to you in more detail. You can also see all the things that are coming up if you hit the list function. And in this case, our section is listed as the method section here, Exam 1 essay due here. So you've got those separated by color. This will then allow you to see when everything will be due for our course. I will try to keep this updated for everything that shows up, so that should help you make sure that you're getting things done on time. The majority of what you're going to be looking at, though, is going to be in the content section. So if we flip over to the course content section, over here we've got the table of contents. And in the table of contents, we have the main subcategories. So we've got the course information. We've got what will be 4 of these, in this case Exam 1 materials. So these are all the materials that you will be responsible for Exam 1. We have our labs, we have our writing assignments, and we have things you should already know. Under the course info, you'll notice that we have, that's what's pulled up here. As we flip through, we get to the different sections, but under the course info, you'll notice that we have this copy of the syllabus. So you always have access to a copy of the syllabus. We have information on how to get the textbook. So remember that you will have to pay for an electronic version of our textbook. There is information on using the textbook and an external link down here. And then these are some tips for getting the most out of using the Simutex software. So those are the things that will be here. If we end up having to change our schedule, any changes to the schedule will show up here in the course info section. In the exam materials section, this is all of the things that will be for lecture. So our first lecture section will be on evolution, and we have within there both the PowerPoint that we'll be using as well as a handout, and that handout is not showing up. If it was showing up, you would see that it is a text handout, and all of the information that is posted here is for you. I will not be printing out anything that is in the course materials sections for you. You are going to be responsible for that in the future. All right. That's excellent. None of those are showing up, so I'll make sure to fix all of those. If we go to, and if you look through here, we've got our materials. So I have the evolution lecture, introduction to ecology, physiological ecology, and life histories. Those are all of the materials that you will be responsible for in the first section. Also, I have posted on here a study guide, and this is a draft at the moment. It might change depending on whether or not we end up with new materials or different materials that we end up covering. So that will give you an idea of what will be covered over the course of this exam. Our labs, this is where all of the lab materials will be posted. So right now we only have one lab posted, and that's the sampling lab. You will be required to print out a copy of that and bring it with when we're doing the sampling lab. In here also is a copy of the general lab notebook guidelines, which we will go over in quite good detail a little bit later. All writing assignments will be posted in the writing assignments area. At the moment, you'll notice that we have what you will need to bring for first Wednesday's class. So we have the paper that you will be required to read, as well as a handout that will give you everything that you need to know about doing this assignment. Finally, in the course content, we have the things you should already know. These are all of the materials that you should have covered in previous classes, specifically in Biology 150, which is a prerequisite for this class. And so this should give you some background if you are missing things. So for instance, you should already know how to do lab notebook keeping. Therefore, you can review it through this, and these are all things that you will be responsible for. If you are unclear how to do Excel, this particular assignment does both graphing in Excel in terms of bar graphs, properly formatted graphs, doing scatter plots. That's all explained in here, as well as data manipulation. If you have forgotten or unfamiliar with doing statistics, we have both descriptive stats and comparative stats, information on graphing, and basic format for writing a research paper. So this is all things that you should already know, and it's all posted here. So this is things that you are responsible for knowing. Other sections that we will be using in the communication section, when we get to doing some group projects, I will set up group lists here where everybody will be able to communicate, and we'll talk more about that later. The other place is assessment, and one of the main tools that we'll be using here is the Dropbox. Many of your writing assignments you will submit through the Dropbox. At this point I have 2 of them posted, and what you will do in order to submit is when you have your paper written in a Word document form, you'll open this up and it'll have a blank for you to submit it to. I'll also be able to provide feedback directly through the Dropbox and through your submission portions here, and so that is how I will give you feedback on your writing assignments.